Going on, my fellow A-plusers? Welcome back once again to a brand new episode. It is I, your more phenomenal host, Adam Perez, back once again with a brand new video for you guys today. As this one's a little bit getting to you guys a little bit late, unfortunately. We're actually going to be getting into Power Rangers issue number 6. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Astronema on the cover. Absolutely gorgeous cover, if you ask me. Been in the process over the past maybe 2-3 weeks or so of slowly moving into the girlfriend's house over in Fort Worth. So my comic book store is all the way in Louisville, and from Fort Worth, that's about like a 40-minute drive, if you will. Just been so busy, caught up moving everything in. I really haven't had the opportunity to go ahead and actually visit my local comic book store in about 2 to 3 weeks, to be perfectly honest with you guys. So just went to the comic book store yesterday, made the trek after I wind up getting off work to go ahead and clear out my box that I wind up having over there. And I forgot that I had Power Rangers issue number 6 just chilling in there the entire time. So not only did I pick that up, but I also picked up Mighty Morphin issue number 7, which I'm going to go ahead and review for you guys later on today as well. But I wanted to go ahead and play some catch up and get into Power Rangers issue number 6 before we go ahead and do that. So thank you very much, guys, for your patience as I certainly work on catching up on my Boom Studios comic books. So we're about to go ahead and get into it, guys. Power Rangers issue number 6 from us, from Ryan Parrott, certainly wind up hitting me fantastically well this week. I had a blast reading this issue. I also, real quick, shout out goes out to Simone Ragazzoni for having a little bit of a some artwork featured in here, as well as he winds up actually drawing the flashback sequences for Astronema. Now, Simone Ragazzoni actually did the artwork as well for the Power Rangers Unlimited comic book, Heir to the Darkness. So he definitely is very much familiar with Astronema, so I thought it was great that they gave him the nod to go ahead and fill in sort of the flashback sequences that we got here to begin off this episode, at least. But then, of course, Mortorino certainly goes ahead and takes over for the remainder of this issue. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to pick it up from your local comic book store, please go ahead and do so. If you have one nearby you, always support your local comic book store if you can. If you can't find one or don't have one near you, I would always recommend Comixology.com. It's a digital comic books. If you'd like to, you can go ahead and download them onto your phone, onto your tablet, onto your computer, and read it if you certainly like to. And I do believe you get a little bit of a discount from Comixology if you do it digitally as well. So definitely go ahead and check it out if you get the chance this week. But, you know, one of the themes it felt very much like they were trying to go for in this issue was certainly the definition of what it means to be a good guy or a bad guy, right? That the line can easily be skewed before you even know it, right? You know, I love just the conversations that we've had in this issue with Jason, along with Astronema as well. You know, the idea of Astronema clearly wanting to kill the Power Rangers, you know, and then, of course, Jason trying to do his best and explaining to them that they too are on a quest to kind of clarify, like, look, we're actually one of the good guys here, right? I know you have some issues with Power Rangers, but I promise you, we're not the bad guys. We're definitely the good guys. And I love the point that Astronema makes that, you know, those are just words, you know, the idea that you're trapped in this cell with me too means that you clearly have done something that you're not supposed to certainly do. And I love the fact that that's a recurring theme in this issue, especially when it gets brought up towards the end when Trini and Jason have sort of this conversation also. Excuse me. You know, that idea of willing to do exactly everything that it takes, or anything that it takes to certainly get the job done. And I love the fact that Trini brings it to his attention that, you know, that sounds eerily familiar to Lord Draken, right? I know you think maybe Lord Draken might have a point, but understand certainly what you're saying at the end of the day, that you're truly willing to do anything to save the day. Like, I don't know what category that certainly places you in, but I love the fact that she at least tries to clear that mindset of, you know, just trying to grasp their idea of making sure that they are making the right decisions at the end of the day. I believe the very last couple of lines in here, as we see our Rangers getting ready to go ahead and take on the Imperials, which is certainly their main mission. It says, we can't forget, she said, there's always a choice, right? You can always choose what it is that you wind up doing. We can't forget that ever, because knowing that is a difference between being the good guys and being the bad guys. He says that's what people say when they've already decided what they're gonna do. The idea of, this is what Jason says. He says, I know, I'm sorry, but sometimes you have to do the wrong thing for the right reason. And then she says that's what people say when they've already decided what they're going to do. And then we always have to remember that you do have that choice at the end of the day, which I thought was really brilliant. And I continue to love Trini. I love what Ryan Parrott is doing just in regards to her character. I mean, Zion here even mentions the idea when talking about Trini that while she may lack her killer instinct, she makes up for it in ingenuity. And I just love how open and honest Trini certainly is. And I feel like she's the humanity of this group. Like, she's the voice of reason for this team, and it comes across extremely well. So for me, out of these issues, Trini continues to be one of my favorite characters, and I love how Ryan Parrott is certainly writing her. I also really love the action in this episode, in this particular issue. It was so fun, honestly. There is very much of that Wild Wild West mentality. When I think of like old Western movies, that idea of trying to steal cash or steal gold from the train, right? You always have the bandits on their horses, right, running alongside the train, trying to get on board, throw out the conductor, steal the train for themselves, or take the gold and cash and then like bounce, right? Like, I feel like that's a staple when it comes to Westerns. And so I love the fact that Ryan Parrott sort of has his own robbing of the train in here in regards to infiltrating this SPD train that they have in regards to breaking out those that have been captured, aka Jason, Zach, and Astronema in here also. So I had a really fun time with this train robbery, if you will, as Ecliptor, Zai, and the remainder Omega Rangers try and do their part in letting know and getting them to escape, and certainly setting them free. But really what probably the pivotal moment in here really is Astronema shooting one of the SPD Rangers and probably killing him as he falls off the train going about 100, maybe 200 miles an hour, if I'm not mistaken. So, and I feel like if our Omega Rangers weren't the bad guys, they definitely have given the universe a reason to view them as such, right? I love the fact that Ecliptor is like, Rangers aren't evil. Like, what are you talking about? Your own mentor has a APB out on you right now into the entire galaxy. Everybody's trying to find you. Probably has some sort of reward on your head at this particular point in time, right? So at what point in time do you realize that your actions that you've taken have actually caused you to look like the bad guys to the remainder of this universe out there? So it is interesting, just tiptoeing around that line, that blurred line, if you will, of good versus evil, or what is good, what is bad, and what sort of decisions do you make to kind of line yourself up with either of those sides. So I love the fact that there is that rebellious side of Jason that's kind of getting into that, doing what's necessary, regardless of, what pain it certainly might bring or the image it certainly might give you guys. So I love the fact that Ryan is really tapping into Trini, really pushing the envelope for Jason in here. And I thought the Jason and Astronema stuff was pretty great this week. Side note here, when it comes to Lord Draken, we see him at least doing something pretty good for the team, right? Being able to get that converter that they need to get their ship up and running. Now, what else he wind up asking? Was it Fendrick? Whatever he wind up asking that alien for outside of it for his business deal, if you will. Now that I certainly don't know, but probably not anything good, to certainly say the least. But listen, guys, I want to know your thoughts. Have you had the opportunity to check out Power Rangers issue number 6? What certainly stood out to you out of all the characters, all the storylines that we wind up getting? Again, really great character stuff, really great action in here, really great nod to classic Westerns. I really enjoyed everything that we wind up getting in this issue, but I want want to know what you guys think. So let your thoughts be known in the live chat or the comment section box below, ladies and gentlemen. But other than that, we'll certainly see you back rather soon. Honestly, remember, our patrons certainly get these comic book reviews as early access videos, as they are in fact part of the $1 tier for our Patreon. So they do get them several days before they are in fact released to the general public. But I certainly hope you guys do enjoy these when they are made public to our subscribers and regular viewers. But in the meantime, guys, if you love our content, hit that big thumbs up. If you want to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, please go ahead and do so, along with clicking that bell notification, so when we drop brand new videos, you will be notified. Other than that, guys, do me a big favor, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.